All right, there you have the game. Maybe not so bad performance from the Eagles. 2 goals conceded. I mean, one was a deflection. One was perhaps the goalkeeper complaining that the lights got into his eyes and he couldn't see the ball coming. Well, but not a good assessment for the team overall, beyond the result for you.
Well, good assessments. At least
Were there some outstanding performances by some players that I mean, it can't be all bad. There must be some
I
positives.
think Boniface
Victor.
is more of a beast. In fact, we are talking about Victor Osimhen, but I think we are seeing another player who can stand toe-to-toe with
Defenders.
Victor Osimhen. Then I think...
What about Moses Simon?
Moses Simon too. Kelechi Iheanacho. This guy that played the left side defense on that day, left fullback on, I think Oyamachi Bruno or something. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the United Kingdom and speak with David Doherty, who's also monitoring the game currently ongoing. It's Nigeria 1, Mozambique 1. So the Eagles have equalized, and it's 1 goal apiece. David, we have to take you away from watching the game, but I know you have one eye on the game and also joining us on the program. First and foremost, let's look at the starting 11. Do you think Pesero is actually giving himself an opportunity to see all the players so that he can make up his mind for the World Cup qualifiers coming up? Or do you think it's another gamble and experimenting from the coach?
Thank you, Emmanuel. I don't think that's what friendly is meant for you to try and experiment and see 1 or 2 other players that you think can add value to the ones that you're quite familiar with. In terms of the goalkeeping, and I don't think he's doing us justice for that. For me, I won't say anything. This is Parcero's Super Eagles first 11. Let him continue. He will take the hits when the whole thing turns back. We're here. We're ready for him. We will tell him that he's being paid with taxpayers' money. He does not have power more than us. We will tell him what matters to us when AFCON proper start or the World Cup qualifier starts. If he continues this way and he thinks he has 4 goalkeepers in a 2 friendly game and you can't tend to see other players, that is ridiculous in terms of goalkeeping and where we think we are lacking as we speak.
All right, David, the Super Eagles have not won a friendly game in almost 5 years. That's a worrisome trend. They've lost 7, they've drawn 8. That does not show a team that is intentional for success. It looks like a pedestrian performance from the Eagles. Do you think there needs to be a change of mentality for the Eagles going to the World Cup qualifiers and the Nations Cup?
Absolutely. You've said it all. The mentality is not right. The approach is not right. The coaching, tactics and approach is absolutely, below par. And this is something I've been, talking about. The coach, Pesero, has not shown us what exactly he is all about. A year over with a team, yet we cannot see the touch of Pesero in this team. Trust me. If
it's still looking like a Ghetto Trust team?
He absolutely is just, can I quickly go back to Raw? Raw, we know, is all about defensive type of football, just trying to be, rigid and all that. You know him for that. But you don't know this man for anything. Trust me. So what we want to see with this team, for me, friendlies, I don't care.
All right, David, I want to put you on the spot now. I know you're a football scout. You're a football administrator as well. To be honest and to be fair, how long will it take a coach of a national team to build a title contending squad like Nigeria? I mean, we know how long it took Morocco to get to where they are. But to be honest, are we not being too much in a hurry with Pesero? Are we too much in a hurry not to give him enough time to actually set up this team to become title challengers? I mean, give me a time frame, or you think, for more than 1 year on the job, you should have your own team ready?
No. What I'm saying when I say we need to at least have seen what Pesero is all about. Is he a coach that is actually tactically sound? You will see that in its setup. Look, it's not hard for you to know when you see a coach. Look at this Saudi Arabian side that played against us. First half, they had all the possession. It was second half that we're gradually coming into the game. That shows Mancini's touch. Little you can see in that team. They're compact, they're moving as a unit. When we lose the ball, it seems for me, I don't watch football the way others are watching it. I watch it to see how you shape up when you lose football. When you lose ball, how do you shape up? How do you come? How do you play when you have the ball? These are the things you look at. And that is my problem with him. You cannot play a 4-4-2 against a Saudi Arabian side and you think you get hold of the midfield. Absolutely zero. It's not going to happen. So he needs to tell us what his formation are. He needs to tell us his players going to be playing from. We cannot spring 5-10 passes together in a Super Eagles squad where you have top players in there. These players are at their peak. This is the time you need a coach that will tell them, I want you to do this when you get to that pitch. That is what they call a coach. It's not somebody that is just there relying on, individual ability. That is my problem with him.
Okay.
Simple.
All right, David, let me, I understand your point clearly. And this conversation, it's very important we have this conversation. But let me bring Dari on, onto the conversation. Dari, you agree with David that perhaps Pesero's imprint should already be showing in the team at this time, or perhaps you think it should be given more time? He's gotten the job done, at least qualified us for the AFCON. The World Cup qualifiers will start shortly. He has a mandate to ensure that Nigeria qualify for the World Cup. If he can get all those ones done, just like Raw did, we should cut him some slack.
No, not at all. What is the benefit of you qualifying and you get to the competition, the tournament, you will not do well? To me, he was given a 1-year contract. And inside that 1-year contract, he didn't do well. So I felt that after that contract expired, he should have been allowed to go. And the way I'm saying it now, the same way we made a mistake about Genotro when we renewed his contract, when there has not been any exceptional, when he could not even do better than a Nigerian coach, Stephen Kechi. And at the end of the day, it now became a problem to fire him. So for Pesero, after 1 year, for a country like Nigeria that has talents, everywhere, we should have started seeing, some green lights that this guy, this team is going to play, this team will do well. But for now, there is nothing. In fact, it seems as if he doesn't understand the team. It seems as if he does not understand the players. That is it. Well, so he doesn't know how to use it. So for somebody who doesn't understand, that is why you keep on experimenting. I feel by now, you should have maybe like 80% of your first 11. They can have maybe little.
I think he has an idea of his first 11.
He doesn't have an idea.
I think he does.
That's why you see today, Bassi will play centre back.
No, it's a friendly game.
Omeru will play centre back.
It's a friendly game.
Okay, how many centre back did he use?
All right, let me bring David back into the conversation. We're speaking as journalists, as analysts, and of course as Nigerians. So I can understand the sentiments around our conversation. But let me bring David on to this. David, looking at the game currently being played against Mozambique, the Eagles conceded very early, but they are back in the game, playing a 1-1 draw at this point in time. What would be your own performance index for the manager that, okay, if you can achieve this in this game, that will mean some success for us regardless of the result? What are the things or the technicalities you look out for that the coach should be looking out for in this game? Remember that Mozambique will be a good test for us to face the likes of Rwanda, Lesotho, and South Africa in the World Cup qualifiers, and of course during the AFCON in January.
Like I said, I'm not really keen about the end goal, which is the results. What matters to me is, are we really playing as a team, which is what matters, which is what you need. When Daddy was speaking there, he said, we haven't seen the blend in the team and all that. It's taking too long. That's what football is. It's about team play. We need to, at least in every game, get a positive. Like he said, the Brunos and all that are the positive coming into the team. Okay, now we want to see a team that is playing, that is so bold enough to keep the ball, spring the passes. You have players that can keep the ball. One thing you need also to understand is you have players in that team that can do away from what you actually use them for. The likes of Ndidi. Don't forget, Ndidi was the one that actually gave that final pass before Simon Moses gave that pass to Boniface to equalize 2-2. Sorry, 2-1. You could see that move. And since Ndidi and Leicester has gone to championship, Ndidi has been playing well up front. For you to know that he has that quality now to play as, say, for example, a makeshift midfielder. It can happen, and you have other defensive midfielder that can sit behind him if Iwobi is not actually in the game or anything. So you need to understand your players, see what they can do, see where the faults are. How do I do this? How do I get these boys to confidently keep the ball, control games against a Mozambique and a Saudi Arabia? We should still be coming out as Nigerians in numbers. Adjuilo, in Bogwe, Alagbara. But the way we are coming out is like as if we never chop. It's like we are scared. And that is the problem. You see, a coach, your character, your personality.
Well, of course.
Your personality will rub on a team, and they will see you when you come out as Tigers. So we need to be seeing Nigerians as eagles. Our DNA drops. We don't have DNA.
We must have the fear factor, right?
I'm telling you, and also goalkeepers, Shekosi goalkeeper, the MPFL, I played Concord Football Club, keepers, Yapa, but boy, lazy. Everybody lazy, not only everybody there lazy. They don't go out there to go and scout players in the Nigerian league.
David, we have to leave it there. We wish the team all the best as they get their preparations going for the World Cup qualifiers and the Nations Cup. Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for your insight.
Thank you so much.
And I hope the coaches will find it very valuable. Thank you for your time, David. Well, David had to bring out his Nigerian-ness there, even though he lives in the UK. But of course, the concerns are there, and we hope that the managers will address them in a timely and effective manner.
There are some of us that, we follow Nigerian football with passion. For somebody like me, I grew up in the village where we don't see Man U, we don't see Arsenal. The only thing we see is Nigerian football. It was until I got to OOU in 2003 that I started watching Arsenal, so that Nigerian
can understand the sentiment.
So, but when the team is not doing well,
it bothers us all.
Brings out frustration.